After Travis Kelce started dating Taylor Swift, so many people text me. I'm sure they text y'all, and it's always like, you know, the girls from high school or whoever it is, your friends, wives, girlfriends, and they're like, now I'm like 2 connections away from Taylor Swift. I'm like, I don't think Travis actually knows my name, but I was in the same room as him, I guess.
Would y'all say Trav's like one of the highest profile people we've had on?
Him or
Has
Jeffree
to be.
Star.
Trump.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Nah.
Trump.
we did have president.
Dude, yeah, I mean, but Travis.
I know, but like,
It's a global, like.
I mean, he was so big that we kind of got hacked.
Right.
Well, hey, that's actually a good back of the bus story.
Good time for this.
We weren't recording with Travis at that time because it was like 8 o'clock at night. I forget who we were recording with.
Clip started leaking.
Yeah, clips just started hitting Twitter.
Yeah,
10-minute clip.
This is when you were in the back of the bus with me, and you look at me, you're like,
Oh yeah, we were mid-episode.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
Like, oh fuck.
you were like, yo, did you post the episode? I'm like, no.
And then I just saw your heart sink into your ass.
And you're like, then you literally showed me the podcast on Twitter. I'm like, what is going on? And so I had put the video as unlisted. So it wasn't private, it was unlisted. And you could see it if you had obviously like with YouTube, you can see an unlisted video if you have the URL. And I think I had to send it to Taylor to send to Trav or something, because like just to double check everything if it was going to get cut or not. And Jack shows me these videos on Twitter, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, this is like shortly after blowing up. Yeah, this was shortly after I took over
Boss's seat?
Well, no,
JP's.
Yeah, JP from like fully uploading the episode and doing everything with the episode. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get fired. But so like by the time that we finished that interview, and when I get back to like our side and I look at the video on YouTube, it already has like 5,000 views, bro.
Hella views.
And I had to go tell Will Taylor, I'm like, I don't know what happened.
The one on Twitter had so many views.
It had like 20,000 likes in like an hour.
Yeah.
And I had to go tell Will and Taylor, I'm like, I don't know what happened, but somehow the episode's already like leaked per se. And they were like, how'd that happen? I had honestly, to this day, I have no idea how it happened.
As you just explained the whole story.
No, but I don't know.
It was unlisted and it got out there. It wasn't.
Yeah,
private.
but I don't know how somebody got the URL.
So,
what I'm saying.
Did you put it in a playlist?
That's the thing.
I think that's what.
Then you can find it.
Right. It's like it's there. It's public.
God damn, Jared.
It's just not. It's the back of the bus.
I was explaining.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else has good stories of
Will spin zoned that really well. And
he did.
Saying the Swifties hacked us.
Yeah.
And I think it played honestly even better.
I mean, I think it's our top 3, maybe number 2 viewed episode of all time behind Portnoy the first time. But it's like, I think it has almost close to like 700,000 views. But that like the Swiftie bump was insane.
Yeah. Travis is just incredible. Like to be that famous and to know like it's your birthday, take the time to say what's up. Whenever he's at the bus, he always shows love to us. And
they sent us a collab today on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
the whole New Heights team is awesome.
Yeah, they really are.
Shout out Jets Jake.
Speaking of Chiefs, I had a pretty bad mess up one time with a Harrison Butker tweet. If you're a tier 1, you know this tweet because I got cooked for it.
Stand on it, bro.
And I know I do, man. Women do belong in the kitchen and at home.
And that's why we're here.
No, I mean, if you're not familiar, you can search it. But Harrison Butker gave the commencement speech at, I believe, his college.
Yeah.
And it's the 30-minute speech in entirety gets pretty bizarre. He's like, women should be home or caregivers, shouldn't like have jobs, this and that. And then he had one clip that was about masculinity and had nothing to do with, any kind of like edgy kind of hot topic situation. I post that thing and I'm like, what an epic speech by Harrison Butker. And I like go to work out and I come back and it's like hundreds. It was Kelly Keegs from Barstool had quote tweeted us and was like, the most misogynistic like brand at Barstool strikes again, blah, blah, blah. it was brutal, and it's just a lesson I had to learn that you should get the full context on things that you post, even if it's not in the specific video, because the video went nuclear online, his actual speech, and then like right below it in the search bar, it's like Bussin With The Boys, like most epic speech ever, and so
Wasn't this right after Dave complimented us? Or
maybe
what was that situation?
That was FanDuel field goal kick, right?
Yeah, and I'm not ready to do
Yeah.
to dox whoever did that. But
Team effort.
Team effort.
Team
It
effort.
goes down, you know.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
yeah, women do belong at home.
I'm trying to think if anybody has good mess ups they can think off the top of their head. I feel like that's some
I
good tier
have
1 lore.
multiple.
Oh yeah, I had a good one. The first time we ever recorded with Shane Gillis in Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
We packed the equipment to travel, blah blah blah, and I did not include the audio recorder, and I'm kind of like freaking out, and I'm like hitting JP like, we got a problem, but I'm gonna figure out how to fix it. Luckily, there was a Guitar Center like right down the road, and the way our schedule worked, like Shane had to push time. We went and did a tour, but that was a scary situation where I was like, had to go tell Will like, hey, forgot this, have a solution, it's gonna be all right. But that was one of those where I was like, I'll never be back here ever
Asshole
again.
pucker.
The whole point of our job is to record, and I
Yeah.
forgot the one thing that we needed. And of course, it was like the first time we were with Shane Gillis in that Airbnb.
And it was my birthday.
And
The
yeah,
night before.
this isn't
Wait,
brothers.
This
isn't
was not
brothers.
brothers. I know, and for Garrett especially, like Garrett is a very organized individual, so
Yes.
for it to happen, it was even more kind of out of the blue, and it's the worst feeling in the world. But my first time that I messed up was again, it's kind of like I was living in Florida. We were talking about it the other day. I had just got the job, and for whatever reason, they were like, "Hey, you should be in charge of uploading the full episode." Now, mind you, I'm like, I just have a laptop, like an old MacBook, horrible Wi-Fi at this house I'm at, and a
Different time zone.
different time zone, and a 2-hour and like 30-minute podcast with Michael Chandler.
Oh God!
And
Shot on 1080.
shot on 1080, huge. It takes me forever to even download the file.
Yeah.
And so I'm uploading it, and it's just not going. It's like, estimated time remaining 18 hours. I'm like, oh. So then I'm texting Alex and Bloss like, hey guys, I'm trying my best. I promise. I've went to different Wi-Fi. I've done all these things. And then I don't know if Will calls me or texts me. He's like, yo, what's the issue? I tell him, and he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, I have all my stuff packed. I'm about to leave. Like I'm about to have to unpack. And then my Twitter, I start getting a bunch of notifications on Twitter, and Will has tweeted it out. Hey guys, if the episode's late tomorrow, it's because our new guy can't get the job done. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. I'm not going to last a week. But ultimately it was all good. The episode, it went out like a little bit later, but I was stressed.
Oh my God.
That doesn't even make sense as to why you would upload it.
I know.
G, I know you just told a story, but do you want to talk about how you were a social? You worked on socials for a day
Is that when I tweeted myself?
at the Titans
Oh, yeah.
game.
Yeah.
We gotta find that reference photo.
We should have never deleted it.
Alex probably has it, honestly, because he said he screenshot it. But yeah, we had just like kind of gotten the keys to the social account, and I'm trying to tweet something at a Titans game, and just not thinking, a little buzz, put it on the Bussin Twitter page, just a selfie of myself at the Titans game.
holding a lemon.
Yeah.
You're
Some
like, I'm gonna throw
dickhead
this
was
lemon.
throwing it at me.
It was Jack.
That same game, I responded to a fan or like someone talking shit to us on the account and just screenshotted his profile photo because he looked like an absolute nerd.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of went dummy. And then I think it was Alex was like, hey, dude, like, it was funny, but we cannot do this from the brand account. And I was like, okay. And then so like me and Garrett both getting the keys and like basically crashing the car first day.
That's funny. Sherm, you got one, or Jared, Coop?
Well, I did have a really, speaking to G's story, and that's hilarious that you were the person I called. I didn't check with Mitch.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
in Detroit. And so Mitch just goes, hey, Sherm.
No.
We were at the training camp, the spring training
Lions.
camp.
Shout out Jared Goff.
Yep. Shout out Goff.
Play the video. Play the video.
Insert reference video. I'll send you it.
I was relatively new. I don't know if Jared had even started yet.
You were like 2 or 3 months in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mitch was like, "Hey, Sherm, while I'm finishing up getting vlog stuff with JP, go set up the set." And I started going through all the stuff, and I'm looking for that same audio recorder that G hadn't packed. And
Oh yeah.
I'm like, fuck. So wait, did I call you first, and you told me to call G?
Yeah, because I was out there on the field
That's
filming
what it
whatever.
was.
I'm like, oh.
And JP was on the other side of the field from Mitch, who has the sound recorder in his backpack this entire time.
Yeah.
So I'm just creating this scenario that does not exist. And G's like, well, you got to go to Guitar Center, map out. Guitar Center's point like 2 miles away. It was crazy close, but they didn't open for like another 2 hours. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And then Mitch comes in just so chill, and he's like, pulling it out. Of
I
his
remember
bag.
you calling me, and I was like, all right, I've been through this situation before. Find a Guitar Center. Don't tell anyone. Get the
Right.
keys and go. If they're doing something, just there and back.
Yeah.
We might have to cut that audio sound. But yeah, that one was because you called me and I wasn't there, and I was like, I don't have a solution. Like, I
Why
can't
didn't you
do
just call
anything.
me?
I was like, ask
I don't know.
You're just in panic mode. It's
I
like,
was in panic mode. And if
so
anything,
funny.
I thought that like everything was in that room. And so I guess it just never crossed my mind that like, oh, Mitch does have 2 backpacks, because you were
Right,
lugging
yeah.
2 bags.
Yeah,
That entire
and I
day.
like, I mean, to get into the weeds of like packing stuff, like when that like essential recording stuff, I always put that in my backpack to know that I have it.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, yeah. And then when we finally got you, and you were like, yo, like I can't find the audio recorder, like I don't know what to do, I don't know what happened. I'm like, oh, it's in my backpack, bro. Like we're fine. And you're like,
5 million pounds came off my
holy
shoulders
shit.
in that moment. I was like, oh my God.
and then we went to Houston, and then what happened to Houston?
the birth of the alarm clock.
Oh my God. The Houston, dude, that was the most, and yeah, that was the same trip. So maybe 2 or 3 months in, the phone did not have a like phone jack to plug into. So I was like, oh, okay, I can't call for a call thing at the desk. I'll just set a bunch of iPhone alarms. Make sure that my iPhone is on the other side of the nightstand, so in my sleep I can't, wake up to 4 missed calls, like one from almost
The
everybody.
worst feeling.
Yeah.
And it's where like your iPhone just says snooze, but like no noise is coming from it.
Right.
Oh, no,
Why does
sheet-
that happen?
I have
Makes
no
no
idea.
sense.
No sheets are on me, and I just have the phone like this, and then I call, and I was like, "Hey, so sorry." We also flew out that day, so I had to pack So I literally just grab everything and shove it in the bag in a matter of seconds. Come down to the lobby. Everybody's like kind of been there at some time. in
Right.
their-
Or is it, yeah, finish breakfast or whatever.
yeah, everybody's been there like sometime in their profession. So I felt like all you guys were like, hey, it's all good. Like we, you know,
Right.
we're leaving at the time we're supposed to leave. But Will just comes right up to me and goes, what happened? I go, well, you know, talking through the whole thing. And I tell him the phone thing that didn't have a jack. And he looks down at the ground as he's walking next to me. And he just so sharply, I'd never in my life had anybody do this to me. He looks at me and goes, did you just lie to me, Sherman? I go, no. It's like, I promise you. That's it. Like, there wasn't a phone jack. He's like, all right. And so then the next travel shoot, I just had to make a priority of like, I'm not going to sleep through this. So I have a little travel size alarm clock that
Went and
runs
bought
off
one.
of AAA batteries.
Last one on the sleeping thing. This one nobody slept in, but in Green Bay when we were getting ready to leave, Jack was sleeping and his alarm was going off downstairs, and he was just sleeping through it. And the speed at which he responded when I finally was like, "Hey Jack, you turn that off?" Like not even a breath went by. He goes, "Yeah, sorry, I got it."
Dude, I have an ongoing battle with alarms. So when I didn't want to see you lose, but it felt so good to be on the other end of it.
Oh, 100%.
And I've had my bad streaks on trips where I've woken up late and I'm a sleepy guy by nature, but I've been good over, I feel like, the last year. I've been getting there at least.
Reference the sleep stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Was it not to bring up reopen old wounds, but did you sleep in Charlotte that one time?
Charlotte.
Remember?
No, that was a. I don't think that was a sleep-in.
We had to drive
were just
to
late.
Charlotte, I think.
Yeah, we got there late. I think, right?
Yeah, we just got there late.
Because of me?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't remember what it was.
I wouldn't doubt it, but
Were we driving from South Carolina though?
I think
We
so.
were in Columbia
And it
because
was
it was the first time we interviewed.
Yeah.
Oh, it was when we interviewed
Beamer,
Spencer
Goat.
and all them
Yeah.
guys.
I
Yeah.
don't know what happened there.
Also, it just reminded me of the team meeting that I think I was 3 weeks into the job. I showed up to the team meeting 20 minutes late,
we might have to have a sleep off.
and I still had.
you're going to lose.
Just a weekend, no alarm set. See who
I was going to
sleeps
say,
longer.
you have to set an alarm every 10 minutes and see who can stay the
And
longest.
the worst part for me is on a Saturday where I don't set an alarm. I'm up at 6:30 for some reason. My
Right.
body's
The
just
worst.
like,
Right.
It's terrible.
for some reason.
but yeah, and then you set an alarm, you sleep there, and you're like, fuck.
I swear your body just goes into this mode where it's I'm going to fuck you.